Hi everybody, here with a review I've been waiting to do for a while. Zord finally came in, the Power Rangers Samurai Clawzord. The package is a nice window display one, showing the partially assembled Battle Zord. A set before faces. It's erroneously got the horns up in West mode. There is a try-me window to turn the dial. This side has Antonio and a picture of the combo. This side has the team in Mega Mode, including Antonio. And this side shows the modes and the logo. Let's just pop it open, pull it out. Nicely and neatly laid out in the installation blister. Let's remove his main body. Now, most people like to pop the arms off and switch them around after rotating for this mode, and here is why there are visible screw holes. Yeah. Here's also where you'll notice the biggest visual difference from the Ebi origami, his Sentai counterpart. These are dark blue instead of the orange they're supposed to be. Evidently, they ran out of room on the orange ABS sprue. Yeah, well, that happens sometimes in toy manufacturing. Okay, so then there is this piece, which has the lobster legs. It's just going to snap right on. And the snap joints work very well. Here's one half of the lobster tail. Well, it's just going to snap right on there. Here's the other half. This piece pegs onto there. And finally, these two pieces, you take them like that, you fold them out, snap it together to create the head of the lobster and snap it on. Now, why is it called Clawzord instead of Lobster Zord? I prefer to think of it as a lobster since it's 1:1 scale with one like this. Well, technically an ebi could be any sort of that shellfish, like a prawn or a shrimp or a cuttlefish, and there was a lot of argument over that. So Saban and Bandai America just said, yeah, fuck that, we're calling it Clawzord for the American release. So yeah, nice little lobster. Now, the Japanese version, these you could pop a disc on them and spin it. They don't spin, but you might still be able to pop a disc. And it could indeed create energy discs and throw them as an attack. The face wheel was also a separate disc with a lobster claw animation on the back. If you take this apart, that might actually still be a disc piece, but it can't really stand well on the PVC lobster legs. You've got your 45 degrees 360 rotation. These snap open and close. These bend here and there. Yeah, it's a nice looking lobster. But that is so not all there is. Oh, hang on. There are pegs for a ranger to ride. Either the few piece Mega Mode pack-in figures. I don't have a gold. So instead, I'm going to be using the Blue Ranger, if I can find him, because it probably was his Zord originally. Yeah, see, in Power Rangers Samurai, it wasn't a creation of Antonio the way Ebby was created by Genta. Oh, screw it, I'll just use red. It was Zord made when the others were that got wrecked, and it wasn't until Antonio and his machine empathy, light element, and electronic symbol power came along that they could finally give it the kick in the ass it needed and fully repair it. But yeah, you can stand your Ranger on there. So fold those in, fold those in, flip up the horns, pop this tail fin off, rotate these, turn them around, stick the fin fan on his butt, and attach the head halves like so. And voila! We have Claw Battlezord East, aka Daikaio Higashi. He attacks with the lobster claws in this mode. Oh, you can still peg on the Ranger, of course, but it looks like he's got a Ranger coming out of his crotch. So, kinda lewd. The next mode used when he debuted was you pop the fin off, you fold the horns in, and you got that Nishi or West, Claw Battlezord West, a more defensive configuration. He holds the fan in his hand and uses it to block attacks. I wish there had been a flip out handle. That was a problem on the Japanese version too. But yeah. Now, the last mode that's good on his own is... it's funny, West's face looks like the fan. And you can kind of see Keon's and blades in this mode. Anyway, you're going to want to pop these off the back, fold them in. Sadly, they're not molded on both sides like the Megazord's katana was. Now, these retain their cosmetic flaw from the Japanese version. You plug them into the hands like so. And you get the Claw Battlezord South, aka Daikaio Minami. It's cool, I like the swords. There's also the Claw Battlezord North, which has the software for combining with the Octozord, but I don't have that, so not really gonna bother with it. Just gonna leave him back on the east face for now. And I am even going to leave the sword that's in his hands. Now, what you want to do next is you're going to want to pop all this off, fold it up, fold those bits up and together, pop off his legs. This is for the Super Samurai combination. And you're going to want to rotate these. You can leave these either way, though you should probably put them back. Or do whatever. But turn these so these gold kneecaps are out. And the silver parts are visible. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take one of them and it'll plug into the drawer. Again, nice and tight. You're gonna take this. These will plug together. You're going to take this and snap it on to the lion and turtle. Oh, the fan becomes some fairly nice chest armor. The face here folds down, pegs in there. All at the same time, these peg here. There are the legs peg on, and voila, you have the Super Samurai combination, the Claw Armor Megazord, which uses a double katana strike as well as the battle cannon, but I only have one of the 4 Zords for that. Now, in this mode, the ape and the turtle become scabbards. Here they're less obtrusive. Now, honestly, it's best to have the ape like this for the turtle, I mean, like this, even though it's asymmetrical, but hey, it's perfect. That way it's A, not in the way of the arm, and B, not obtrusive. Here, this isn't obtrusive, but it is in the way of the arm, so you should fold it down if you want posability instead of looks. This actually pegs together more securely than Daikai Shinkano, or so I've heard. So yeah, that's the Claw Armor Megazord. Is the Clawzord worth getting? Oh yes, absolutely. This looks wonderful. Oh, and there is a very, very nice thing about this. The helmet, you know, we were obviously keeping with the samurai armor look, and as you get higher in the rank, the fancier the armor. While this, see, that's the black box symbol. Here it's just neat and on the emblems where it should be, whereas on the Japanese version it's actually lumpy gold. Well, not lumpy as such, but it's all gold, even the spaces that should be black. Yeah. So yeah, Claw Armor Megazord, awesome. Very worth getting. Thanks for watching.